What is going on, guys? This is Esquilo here and welcome to another Wi-Fi battle. This time I'm going up against Raymon or Flaming Axel on I think on YouTube and both YouTube and Twitter. So I'll link his Twitter link and his YouTube link in the description, so make sure to check him out. As for my team, I'm bringing the same team that I brought against Magnitude, my Sundrina team. I said Sundrina, my Serena team with the Tapu Lele and Megalakazam core. So I can take as much advantage of that Psychic Surge as possible. I have my default Mandibus. I also have Rapid Speed on my Serena just in case, because I didn't really know what to put there, so I just put Rapid Speed. So that way I have more chances to remove others off my side. I have Special Defensive Celesteela just so in case I face other Tapu Lele, so I can check them. And I have my Special Defensive Marowak, because in this generation I think I haven't built a team that still doesn't have a lot of Marowak. I think all the teams that I've brought so far that are really competitive have a lot of Marowak on it, because let's just face it, it's pretty darn good so far in this meta game, because it basically checks all electric types. It has a lot of resistance and it has 3 immunities to electric, fighting and normal, so it's pretty good in this early generation. But as Pokemon comes out, I probably think that it might drop a bit in usage, but it will still be pretty nice. As for my opponent, he brings in his Mega Scizor, his own little Marowak, his Zerkatrix, his Celesteela, his Tapu Fini, and his Goodra. So he has a pretty bulky team, which is kind of surprising because in this generation there's a lot of more offensive teams. I bring a more balanced offensive, but most teams are now hyper offensive or just offensive, and he brings a rather bulky team, so I was kind of prepared already to face a long game. So looking at his team, he only has 2 leads in my opinion, which are the Zerkatrix or the Celesteela. Unless his Marowak has rocks, he could lead with it. So I decided to lead with my Marowak because it basically checks both Zerkatrix and Celesteela right off the bat, but he decides to start off with his Scizor, which is even better for me, because there is no way in hell he's gonna stay in, because getting your Mega Kill turn 1 is a big blow psychologically. So he's gonna switch out. I'm just gonna go for Shadow Bone. He has no normal type, so I can just go for it, and Tapu Fini is the best switching into a little Marowak on his team, so I can just go for it. It's not gonna do much because I'm not Fit Club or I'm not offensive, but it still does a good damage. It does around 30%, something like that. He can see from this damage that I am not offensive Marowak, so I gotta switch out here. I have a pretty safe switch into Tapu Fini being my Sandrina, because of Mystic Surge. I think it's how called Mystic Surge. At least Tapu Fini's ability, it means that I can't get burned from Scald, so I can easily switch into this thing, and I can just drop a drop kick. He has quite a few resistance, but those don't matter because Drop Kick actually drops your attack. So if he switch out into Scizor, even better for me. If he wants to go into Marowak, so be it. If he wants to go Celesteela, so be it. Heavy Slam won't be hitting so as hard. If he wants to go into Numelgon, it doesn't really matter unless he has Sap Sweeper. So I'm gonna go for a Drop Kick. He brings in his Celesteela. Drop Kick does nothing, but I do drop his attack because Drop Kick always drops your attack. It's not random. It's 100% drops your attack. So that's why it's so good on Serena. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna U-turn, because usually Celesteelas they don't run speed, and even if they do run speed, I'm max speed, so I can still outspeed it. I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. Gets a bit of cheap damage, not that much. He's probably gonna get pocket full with leftovers, and I'm gonna go into my Bonum, the Marowak, just so I can go for Flare Blitz on this thing, as he goes for the Leech Seed. Basically doing what Celesteelas do best, which is Lead Sheet, Protect, and all that shenanigans. I can't be mad because I also do that same strategy. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go for Flare Blitz. If he wants to Protect, so be it. If he wants to switch out, so be it. I'm just gonna go for Flare Blitz. If I can get a lot of damage on this thing, even better for the late game with Tapu Fini or even Mega Lakazam. So I'm gonna go for the Flare Blitz. I don't even do half. He stayed in because he probably knew that I wasn't offensive. So he just stays in. He goes for the Earthquake, and funny enough, it's actually not enough to take me out. I don't know what he's invested in, but that Earthquake did very little. I was expecting to take much more damage from it. So he's gonna get his leftovers, his Leech Sheet, Recovery, and right now I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go into my Serena. I'm thinking he might go into Tapu Fini, double out to Tapu Fini, or worst case scenario, he stays in and goes for a protect or goes for an earthquake. I doubt he goes for a flamethrower, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into my Serena. If he goes into Tapu Fini, even better. If he stays in, he'll probably just go for a protect or for an earthquake, so no big deal, I can just U-turn out. But he does go into Tapu Fini, so my prediction was alright, was pretty spot on right here, and that means that I can put pressure on him. And this turn, I'm gonna go for the... I think I go for another drop kick because, as I said, this thing doesn't have ways to recover, so I'm just gonna go for another drop kick. If he wants to bring his Celesteela again, so be it. If he wants to bring Caesar Marowak, so be it. If he wants to bring his Gudra, that would be bad if it's Sub-Super, but I think it might be good because his team is not that fast. So I'm gonna go for another drop kick. He brings in his Caesar, and that does good damage. It's not the best damage, but that's good damage. And once again, his attack fell. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hard switch. I outspeed a regular Caesar, but I don't outspeed Mega Caesar, and with the new buff to Megas in their speed, as soon as he Mega evolves, if he's Jolly Max speed, he would outspeed my Serena, so I can't really afford to take as much damage on Serena so far, because he still has the Tapu Fini alive. So I'm gonna go into my Celesteela, because it's probably the best switch he did to Mega Caesar as of now. He goes for U-turn, it does a good chunk, mainly because he did get a crate, but it is fine because I do have leftovers, I have protect, I have leech hit, and I said, oh, that's shenanigan, I'll be back in full lead 1-2 turns. So he brings in his circuitry, and I'm thinking, I have a lot of Marowak. I'm gonna go for protect. If you wanna go for either power ground or for some kind of hidden power, I'll probably know what it is, and I can just go for leech hit the next turn. So he actually has a Z move, and I was like, what kind of Z move are you gonna show me? So I'm just looking at this thing as it powers up, and I see that his speed got boosted, and he tries to leech Hypnosis, so I'm actually a bit glad that I protected. He probably would have missed Hypnosis, to be honest, but I just protected just in case because I thought he was Scarf, and now he is indeed at +1 speeds, but since he has Hypnosis, he needs to have either Voltage or Thunderbolt, and I don't know if he has either Power Ground at this point, so I'm just gonna go into my Marowak. If he does have either Power Ground, he will show me in this next turn, but if he doesn't, he doesn't have. So I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake, because at this point I'm trying to set up so my Alakazam can win, because he has nothing for to take a hit or 2 hits from my Alakazam. So I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake to put it in range. If he wants to go into Tapu Fini, so be it. As I said, this thing doesn't have any reliable recover, so I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake. I deal some nice chunk to this thing. Probably should have gone for a... It probably does almost the same as the Shadow Ball, to be honest. So he has Tapu Fini. Once again, I have a safe switch into my Serena. If he's not offensive, which is not because of that scald damage that I saw, Moonblast is not a 2-hit KO, and it's very very close to be 3-hit KO because I have leftovers. So I'm gonna go into my Serena. He goes for the Moonblast. He makes the play. He makes the best play in that case scenario, because there was no way I would stay in. Even if I stayed in, I wouldn't be able to kill or do anything to this Tapu Fini. So I get my leftovers back, and I can still leave 2 Moonblasters at this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the high jump kick, predicting the Caesar or the Celesteela to come in, and he stays in. He stayed in on the grass type, made the prediction. He goes for the Moonblast. I know I can leave 2 more, so he gets the Moonblast and he gets a crit. And this is bad because once again he's gonna stay in spoilers already. The next turn he is staying in again, as I'm just gonna go for the drop kick, and the drop kick is easily a 2-hit KO on this thing, so had I not get crit, I would have been able to take this thing out. So I'm just gonna go for the drop kick. I do a lot of damage. I did get a crit. This crit did not matter in the slightest because it would still be a 2-hit KO from that range. Even if it was at full, it would still be a 2-hit KO. And he'll be able to take me out with the Moonblast. Had he not crit me, I would have been able to take out this Tapu Fini and still have my Serene around to go for some drop kicks, get some attack fails on his end. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring my Lin, my Tapu Lele, and I'm gonna get a kill. Because his Celesteela is at a point that is even if it's Spadef, there I still have a chance to 2-hit KO it unless he has Protect. So he goes into his Team Rocket. It's around 70%. I'm gonna go for that Psychic, and it is a clean 2-hit KO on this thing. Even if he has Protect, he can go for it. I will still KO it. So next turn, he doesn't even try to go for a Protect and Psychic. will just drop this thing, which means that my Alakazam is looking pretty scary for him or to him. So I still have my Saxy Surge. He's gonna go into Numelgon. He's a Gudra. I to hit KO this thing. If he's Assault Vest, if he's not Assault Vest, yeah, I kill him. So I can go for a Psychic. He's Assault Vest, which means that I can leave the Sludge Bomb and just take out the Gudra the next turn. Psych! I like, cause he gets another crit. And at this point, the game is a bit more difficult, but I still have my Alakazam in the back. And as long as I play my Alakazam safe, I can win this game. So I'm gonna go for a Psychic. I doubt he will stay in. And he brings in his Tapu Fini that he saved. And he can get his own Misty Surge up. If he didn't crit my Tapu Fini, I would have still had my own Psychic Surge. And what Psychic Surge does is I could have easily stayed on the likes of Caesar, not fearing any bullet punches or something like that. So I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. Tapu Fini is gonna drop, and his walls are going down one by one. He only has his Mega Caesar, his Gudra, and his Marowak if he's defensive. He's gonna go into Caesar. I do have a chance to take him out with either Power Fire. It's a role in my favor, but I'm bad with rolls, so I'm gonna switch out. This is on the assumption that this Caesar is a bulky setup Caesar, the one that everybody runs. So I'm gonna go into my Celestial because it's the best switch into this thing. As he doubles out into his Marowak, I'm gonna keep my Celestial around, mainly because he has the Caesar, and as long as I have Celestial, I beat the Caesar. So he's gonna go for the Flare Blitz. I can see from this damage what type of set he is. He does a lot of damage. He's indeed offensive Club. I don't know if it's Adamant or Jolly. If it's Jolly max speed, he actually outspeeds my Manibus, because I think that Marowak Jolly speed, max speed outspeeds non-speed Manibus. But luckily he doesn't know that. I'm just gonna go for the U-turn, bluff the foul play, and now since Psychic Terrain is not up enough, but with this damage I guarantee to kill this Gudra with my Alakazam. Had he switch out here into Caesar, he would 100% be in range of either Power Fire. Had he switch out into his Xurkitree, he would be in range of Psychic. Marowak dies from full to a Shadow Ball if he's not a Surface, which he's not, from that damage on Manibus. So I kill the Gudra, and at this point I just need a bit of cheap damage on the Xurkitree and I win this game 100%, because I still have my Celesteela for the Caesar. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go and into my Marowak. On the T-Bolt, he showed me that he still doesn't have the Power Ground, or else he would have gone for it already. And my Marowak is getting, little by little, he's getting his all the way up. He's already at half health, which is pretty nice. And I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake. He goes for Hypnosis, he misses. That's his fault for using Hypnosis, in my opinion. It's very unreliable, he shouldn't run that. And it's a clean to hit KO on the Xurkitree. Now if he goes for the another Hypnosis, even if he lands it now, it doesn't really matter. I already won the game with my Alakazam and my Celesteela. So even if my Marowak stayed asleep now, I could have just sacked my... I still have something in the back that I still didn't bring. I can't remember what else. I know I have 4 Pokemon. I can't remember what else I have. Oh, I could have just sacked my Manibus, because at this point it's not doing much. And I would have kept my Marowak as sleep fodder. And since he already used his Z-move, he can get his speed up again. He's not Scarf, my Alakazam outspeed, so he brings in his Marowak, and at this point is basically game over. I leave Bullet Punch from Caesar, and all I gotta do is bring my Alakazam, go for the Shadow Ball, kill this Marowak, go for a Psychic, kill the Zerk. I lied, Xurkitree is already dead. So I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball on this Marowak. I kill him. Even if he was at full, he would still die. And all he has left is the Caesar. I can easily go for either Power Fire. If I don't kill the Caesar, I still have my Celesteela. If I kill the Caesar, it just means that the game was over quicker. So I'm gonna go for either Power Fire, and the Caesar actually drops. I don't know his spread, I didn't really ask. If he was a max speed attack or a more offensive Caesar, he would still die anyways. If he was a bulky Caesar, it was a roll, but the roll in my favor. So this was the battle, guys. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Raymon. I'll leave his YouTube link in the description, and as always, I will catch you guys next time. So peace.